Okay, so as we start looking at the integration in Unit 3, the first type we need to look at is when we need to integrate a bracket, okay, with a linear term inside. So notice here is 3 plus 5x, okay. There's no x squared in there or x cubed. It's just a linear term where the highest power is 1. Same here, okay, same here. So the general form is this, okay, so if we've got a linear term in the bracket to power n, what you do is you simply, to integrate, you increase the power by 1. So if it's n, you add 1 to it, so that's your new power. Then you've got to divide by this power, okay, which is n plus 1, and you times it by the derivative inside, which is b. So we'll see that by example now. So let's look at the first one, okay. So we've got, so the bracket, when it gets integrated, we've got to, it says here to add 1 onto the power, right? So if I add 1 onto 2, I get 3. Okay, then we've got to divide by this new power, which is 3 of course, and times it by the derivative in there, so it's what's in front of the x here, which is going to be 5. Okay, because you differentiate that, you just get 5. Don't forget then to put a constant there at the end then, plus c, okay, because it's an indefinite integral. There's no limits on it. So then you get 3 plus 5x cubed divide by, well, 3 times 5 is 15 plus a constant. Okay, so you can leave it like that. Another way you could leave it, right, because you divide them by 15, it's the same as saying 1/15 of that bracket. So instead of having divide by 15, you can say I'm timesing by 1/15. Okay, so either form is fine, right? It's acceptable here. So let's look at the second one. So you've got the integral of square root of 7 minus 2x dx. And of course we know by now you can rewrite this as a bracket because the square root is has its own power, yeah? Square root is a power half with respect to x there. So we'll apply the same rule here because it's a linear term in here, just like we've got in the general rule, okay? So we'll add 1 to the power, okay, so you get 3 over 2. Half plus 1 is 3 over 2. Divide by that new power, which is 3 over 2. And times then by the derivative in here is what's in front of the x essentially, which is minus 2. Okay, plus then your constant. So then if we tidy this up, well, the minus can go at the front. Twos essentially cancel here, don't they? So you get then 3 on the bottom plus c. Okay, and just like last time, you could rewrite this as minus a third. Okay, either way is acceptable. Dividing by 3 is the same as timesing by a third. Okay, so then let's look at c. With c, what's different this time is that you've got your bracket on the bottom, okay? So we've got 2 over 4x plus 1 cubed. Now we know we can't integrate if we've got the bracket on the bottom here, okay? And what we've learned before is you need to take it up to the top. So we're going to rewrite this as 2 as the constant on the top, multiplied then by this bracket. So if I take it up, of course, don't forget that the power changes to a negative. Okay, so we can rewrite it like that. Then we apply the same rules. So basically you add 1 to the power. So if I add 1 to minus 3, I get minus 2. Divide by this new power, which is minus 2, and times it by the derivative in that bracket, which is just 4. Okay, and then not forgetting to put the constant. So what I've got here then, I've got 2 on top, and I've got 8 on the bottom, yeah, or minus 8. So I can put the minus at the front, because you're divided by minus, so the overall thing becomes a minus. Now 2 here, divided by 8, will become a quarter. Okay, the other way of thinking of it is these 2's will cancel. So I get a quarter, so essentially I've got 4x plus 1 to the power minus 2 divide by 4 plus my constant. And we're done. Okay, we've got our answer there. Okay, and a nicer way perhaps to write this is to take then that bracket down to the bottom. So I can write that as 1 over 4x plus 1 squared, yeah, because I'm taking that bracket down now, make it positive power. And don't forget to put the 4 in front there, yeah, because it was divided by 4, so you have to have that 4 there, plus then the constant, and we're done.